go live. I got no choice. Going live, streaming, excellent condition. Oh. All right, yeah, there are some titties in the lower left-hand corner. We are live. Let's make sure that's actually the case from the audience. Give me a second to turn on the other cam here. All right, there you go. You can see me. You guys are going to have to wait for 1 second. As you can see, I got a bunch of Macedonians on the table. I'm a little bit late to this stream, which is kind of my fault, you know, but you're going to have to wait. Look at the titties while I hurry up and finish my grocery shopping. Oh, shit. It's a good thing there's only like 2 things I need to add to this list here, and then I'm done. But I'll see if I have any feedback from the audience here on this. Let's see if there's anyone in the live stream. Oh, what's up, Ultimate Warrior? Yeah, it was a little bit of a different Saturday. I did a side job. I didn't think it would go long, and it went long, and so I'm still kind of setting up. So I don't have any dwarfs ready. And we're going to be forever and a day painting Macedonian torsos. The one thing I did get done this week was an extra dwarf arrived. And I got him done real quick, so he's ready. So I have a full dwarf cannon crew ready to go here. So there is that. Let's see here. I'll just get those out of the way. Yeah, but I got him done up real quick. So there's a full dwarf cannon crew. Let's see here. Of course, you guys all knew I bought all this crap. Thank you. You hear me loud and clear. I bought all this crap last week, and this crap came in. There's a loot crate sitting behind me, everybody. HD just spent his money on stupid shit. So let's see here. Add all to cart. Thank you. Confirm. Okay, got it. Go to cart. If I don't order now, I am up Pooper Creek without a paddle. Piece of crap. All right, bananas. I don't need any carrots. Piece of shit. X. Get rid of that. Yep, gotta finish grocery shopping. I am late. Late to the party. I am sorry, gentlemen. I am sorry. All right. All right. Sunscreen. That's one thing on my list. So bear with me for 1 second. Oh, of course, I'm not going to find my brand immediately. Jesus Christ. Okay. Looks like HD's going to the pharmacy. All right, last thing, coffee filters. Add to cart. They're $1.49 if anybody's... Oh, what's up, DW? For the safety of the hobby, absolutely. I'm going to get the loot crate in just a second. I'm just about done here. Okay, it's added to cart. That's everything I need. I'm going to the pharmacy for other things. But I don't have enough meat on this order. Let's order some more meat. All right, I think that'll do. All right, check out. Let's see what kind of time I get real quick here. All right, perfect. I can get 4 to 5 p.m. Continue. Continue. Scheduling. Come on, load. I only got so much battery. Oh, and this will give me time to do that so I can see the battery life. Place order for pickup. Add the calendar. That way it'll save. Back to home. All right. So I assembled some of the Macedonians that DM James gave me. And these are them right here. And so basically, there's, I'm just going to double check the count here. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That is 27 of the 40. And I'm going to component paint these. And the reason why I component paint these is because stuff gets a little rough when you try to do the whole figure at once. And so, because they're phalangites, they are going to, I have to order individual, I am going to do a couple on, what do you call it? 40 millimeter squares and everything, just like that, like what you see here. There are going to be a couple, but not many, simply because that'll make them very hard to fix if they ever break. Whenever you do pikemen, you always want to kind of make sure they're on their own base. So if one breaks, it's called, hey, I paint one guy and move on with my life. Or I can cut off the arm of this one guy and then fix that one guy real quick. So we're going to get some of these aside here. And I think I'm only going to deal with 2. Because this is going to be an ongoing project of me forever and a day dealing with Macedonian torsos, amid all the other shit that I got to do. Again, side work took me away this morning, and I should have scheduled the stream for 1, but I knew I could get back. I knew, of course, OBS disconnected and reconnected. So I'm going to be cutting out this stream, even with the upgrades. So thank you, OBS. I'm glad I'm having all the problems right from the beginning. And that's what I've noticed on the last stream I was cutting out. So let's see what HD got in his loot crate real fast. All right, let's take the Japanese woman down. Now that I'm actually doing the stream, I can take down the eye candy here. Let's see here. Boom. All right. We'll go back in here. Let's see. I got my loot crate, everybody. Loot crates are evil. Oh, the government should really do something. I actually, I made a decent buy. Right here. Boom. Let's see what we got. Let's see what HD just spent his money frivolously on. Now, I'm going to tell you that when you buy something for gaming, anything for gaming, any purchase that you make for gaming is just, you are literally buying stupid crap. All right? But sometimes you get a deal. And I got one heck of a deal. Hell yeah. One heck of a deal. Let's get the rest of this stuff out here. Oh yeah. That's heavy. Let's rip some of these open. Okay, so I was shopping feverishly and I made an impulse buy. 2 metal chariots and they sound like they're in there, which is good. 2 metal chariots, each at $30. So, you know, I would have paid as high as $45 for the fact that I got these for under $40 a piece. Pretty darn good. Still in the original packaging. Look at that. So that's what I paid. I paid $30 on each one. So there's that. Next, I got some Chaos Bestigors. Beastmen, yes. Beastmen was one of my original armies that I started with in Fantasy, and I kind of want to revive them. So this is a good start. Good start. 20-man Bestigor herd. Let's open these guys up. Let's see what we got here. Oh no, you just left a cut line across the box. The box has collectability. Oh no. You should have taken more care with that. You could resell the box, you know. And people try to. There are idiots out there that try to resell these boxes. Let's see what we got here. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. These are so old, the plastics change color. So we're doing some oldhammer stuff today. I'm supposed to be painting, but I'm not really painting right now. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, no, don't have a broken axe. Let's just see here. Ah, gotcha. You have done well, sir. You have done well. Let's see. We'll get this going. Let's get one of these guys built real quick here. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, no. So yeah, this is what I call getting a loot crate. I got some oldhammer figs. I am going to revive my Beastmen army, but I'm going to do it out of the 6th edition book. I'm going to do it out of the old 6th edition book that I have to still buy because I can't find mine. Let's see. Let's get one of these guys built while we're on stream. What's going on? What's up, Wargamer 341? Models aren't meant to be open and put together and used in war games? Oh, that's just an old wives' tale. What's up, D6 Wounds? You have the same. Oh, orc boar chariots. Oh, hell yeah! These I had one of these that I converted to an orc boar chariot. They did. You can do good conversions with them. So yeah, let's get this guy up and running here. I love the Beastagore herd. There will be at least 20 of these guys, but I'm not going to commit to this regiment. It's just going to be a hit. It's just going to be a draw fire away from my skirmishers regiment here. So let's see here. We got this loot here. Let's just... you know, one thing I do like is whittling on a good piece of pewter. You know? Nothing beats whittling on a good piece of pewter. Let's get that just filed away there. Uh-oh. There we go. We will get one of these built, and then we'll look at a chariot real fast, you know, so. I know I am notorious for saying I'm going to do one thing and then totally do another thing, but I guess what I can do, I will do this real quick. So while these guys dry, so I can get ready to paint them. What's up, MZ52? Haven't seen you before. I'm going to build a classic Beastmen army out of the 6th edition Warhammer book. Out of the 6th edition Warhammer book for these guys. That was one of the armies that I started to... That was my very first initial army that I started to win games with. The first step on any of these hoplites or phalangites that I'm going to be doing is skin wash. So we're going to use skin wash on these guys, and I'm going to do that real quick. That seems like a good idea while I put this guy together. And I'm not going to water this stuff down. I'm going to use it the way it's been intended to be used here. We're just going to get a size 3, and we're just going to go to town on the legs and the leather of these guys. And the fabric. So all of this is just going to get skin washed right here. That way it's all dry by the time I'm ready for it. And the scabbard of the sword is going to get skin washed. And so, uh-oh, I'm not in frame. Got to maintain frame, gentlemen. Got to maintain frame. Might want to use a bigger brush, but I think I'll get away with this guy. I'll get away with it. I had a feeling that this would be better than the normal flesh wash that I use. And I'll be able to paint these guys up like I'm ordering a pizza. But I need this stuff to dry before I go to the next step. So it seems like a real good work between. I'll have to amend what I said I was gonna do on the actual thing. I will show off some of the dwarfs that I bought. I did have time to get them built, but I didn't have any time to slap any primer on them. I didn't have any time for that. So let's just hurry up and power through this first row of these guys. And I'm doing that to the sword scabbard as well. And I want to leave this on thick. Everything will stick to this ink. Anything that you need to do will stick to this ink. So let's see here. Let's just keep working across. And this is going to go on the red. I could actually put this on the epaulets at the end of the linen armor there. But yeah, let's just keep working our way to getting the ink to dry on these guys. And then we can get back to the fun part. Am I right, folks? I got my ADD today. I've got a bunch of new Beastmen stuff here. But when I got each box for $30, and when that came up, what's up, Tipsy? When that came up, I just said I have to buy this. I have to make this purchase. I can't let, you know. And I like how every auction has 7 watchers. Every auction that I ever, it's like there's 7 people watching right now. Did you know that? It's like, is it that hard? You're either going to buy it or you're not. Now, I do watch auctions from time to time. Because stuff, I mean, I really think hard before I make my purchases. I really do. So I don't blame you there. I'm guilty of that too. But I just like being that one guy who pulls the trigger on all of the good stuff. I pull the trigger on all the good stuff, which is hilarious. And they're like, oh no, we missed our chance to buy. And I didn't have to buy this stuff from a guy in the UK. I run a miniature shop. It's what I do. Not, Nigel didn't send me anything. I should ask D6 Wounds and or Tipsy Thomas. What's a better, more stereotypical British name besides Nigel or Soft Bob? Soft Bob from Soft Sword Wargaming. Is that Cronite Care Bear? What's up? Yeah, I got a good deal. I did. So I'm not complaining about the cost on these. So let's see. Let's get some more ink on these. And again, you want this ink to set up on the leather. I would, but I'm not going to use it on the leather of this brush. Because I think the first phases are wash phases. And I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to wash the linen cuirasses black. I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. I'm going to wash them black and then redo them. So there's going to be a lot of wet paint out. The reason why I'm using the ink is because I know it'll dry faster than flesh wash. I can see my cat moving around trying to get in. He was already starting shit with me. You know, you might say he made me late. He's like, let me sit on your lap while you stream. You know, and I'm like, I'd love to, but, you know, I can't do both. Reginald and Twinklebottom, I'll take it. And hello, I'm Reginald, and today we're going to be talking about Warhammer 6th edition. Don't get me wrong, I like a good talk about Warhammer 6th edition. Mostly because of the one Vampire Codex. If I had to play, I'm going to play these books with 7th edition rules, but there's that. Let's get that done. Let's use up the rest of our ink. That wasn't too painful. Of course. There's always a random hair after you're... does anybody else get the random, like, hair after you're done priming? Does anybody see that? That random hair there on camera? Like, the moment you're done priming, random hair. Reginald and Twinklebottom. But you can already see what this skin ink does to the model. It's a good way to do Negro flesh, I bet. Just experimenting here. Because I guarantee anything you paint over this ink is going to stick to it like a fly to shit. What's up, Locagos? Phalangites, yes, that's what I'm painting right now. I have a bunch of these guys out. I've primed 27 of them. I'm going to paint 40 of them over the course of the spring. Hopefully they're done by the end. The bodies themselves, the torsos, all of the torsos are done by the end of April. I'm being realistic with that time frame. But I don't know how involved I'm going to get in my Beastmen project. I'm also hoping to do a bit of old Warhammer with a friend of mine and his Wood Elves, but I don't think he's going to want to play an old edition like 7th or 6th. I don't think he wants to do that. There's a big difference between, like, my friends literally turn in, I've discovered the difference. I finally have words to eloquently put out the difference between me and some of my best friends that I play games with. They turn into buttermilk bobs, kind of like up here with "damn you, Gamza, you son of a bitch." When it comes to like older games, I think they like. I like the element of chance. Like I'm gonna cast a D6 Strength 4 magic missile, and I'm going to hope I get 6 hits and get 3 wounds. Where it's like they'd rather just cast a smite and have effects in the game that you can't do shit about. I like the element of chance. They like the element of effects in the game that you can't do shit about. And finally, I finally figured it out. It's taken me this long to figure that out. Effects that just sort of happen. Like, these are my rules, and they're all executive orders, gentlemen. And they just sort of happen. What's up, Mr. Dynamite? Glad to see you. They are. And with my cat being drawn to this chair, it is the bane of my existence. I will say that. Ooh, this is going by pretty quick. And then I have the random cooties from the box that I've been priming on. I got to get a new toilet. Because that way I have a new box to start priming models on. Because that's what I use. I got a giant toilet box behind me. I would get a new toilet, but the problem is, in the 90s, boomers declared war on toilets, and the best you can get is like a low-flow toilet, and water doesn't come up to the splash zone. You know, that's the problem with low-flow toilets. You get nothing will come up to the splash zone, so you're always spraying the toilet seat with matter, and then you always have to clean it like after you're done using it. And if they just let the thing fill up with water, you wouldn't have this problem. You know, and that's why it takes 4 hours for an energy efficient dishwasher to do your freaking dishes these days, because we declared war on timely appliances that actually, we don't want them to work. We just want them to be power efficient. We'll overwhelm the power grid. We can't build new power plants or anything like that. Let's get up underneath. Probably have to get up underneath these guys real quick here too. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wash these guys black after I'm done washing them brown. Despite my best efforts, this ink did get everywhere. It did get everywhere. But it's already almost dry. Amazingly enough, it's already almost dry. All right, back to the fun part for a second. Put that over here. All right, let's see here. Oh, I play, goblins are my #1 pick. Anytime, like, night goblins, I should re-showcase my night goblin army, D6. Goblins are my favorite. Night goblins, I have a huge night goblin army. I'm lucky that when my initial greenskin army got stolen, I'm lucky that I had already separated my night goblins and everything they needed as a standalone force in their own foam. I lost probably 150 orc boys. That's just black orcs, savage orcs, 40 savage orcs, 80 orc biggins, and then 40 black orcs, and then some trolls. All of my artillery, I lost both. The thing that pisses me off with that is that I lost both of my goblin doom divers and my goblin stone throwers. I lost some artillery. I lost a giant. Yeah, but I did buy another orc army that was actually somewhat close to what I used to have. And that's what I use now. But my initial orc army, the big 10,000 pointer, yeah, 5,000 points of that was stolen. And I'm going to say that I had roughly 5,000 points at home. I carried 5,000 points of orcs and goblins with me at any given time whenever I felt like playing. I'm a green skin guy to the max. I will say that. I don't get that. You're farting on your cat, man. That just seems like evil. I haven't. I don't remember a lot of 6. I don't think I'm going to play a game of 6. There's no reason for me to go and buy that. What do you call it? There's no reason for me to go and buy the 6th edition rule book when I already have 2 7th edition rule books. But I will use the 6th edition codex on these guys because I like that time from when you went from 6th edition into 7th and everybody had 6th edition books for 7th. Yeah, it is sad, and if I ever find out who did it, it had to have been someone over at Gajo Games who stole that case. And if I ever find out who it is, they're a dead man. You will read about the gamer who went to jail for murder, and I won't be creative about it. I'll just do the person in broad daylight and pay the consequences. There you go. I'll just do you in broad daylight and pay the consequences. If you stole my orc army, you're a dead man. Just so you know. I'm not even going to be creative about it. So let's see here. Does he need any more file work? We got to get one of these guys up and running. At least one. Bestagor. I love these old sculpts. These guys are just they're the tits, man. They're the tits. Little line there. We'll delineate that away. Oh, yeah. I should get the paint pot over here, though. Let's get the paint pot over there. Take another look at them. Let's get him a base. Let's get this old guy a base. This is awesome right here. Boom. Uh-oh, they don't come with slotted bases? Let me see how did they assemble these assholes? Oh, I see how they did. I see how they did. They went like this with them. Boom. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, it's over there. Let me get my glue. God, there's so much to go over today, so much to talk about, and not enough time to do it. Oh, I had an army stolen, say, around, let's see, early 2015, just after I started on YouTube. Early 2015, just after I started on YouTube. That video might still be up where I announced that the army did get stolen. Nobody cared. If you see it on eBay, just let me know. But whoever did it, they took the army to keep it, and they also did it to hurt me. It had to have been someone around that group, because I don't see anyone stealing the army from me in my parking lot if I was taking it up from the trunk of my car. I don't see anyone stealing it. I mean, I did get some insurance money out of that at least, but nowhere near what I had. That was a hard one to explain. So I did get some insurance money out of it, but it was like, yeah, screw you, man. This cuts out again. Thank you, OBS. All right, so we have our assembled Bestagor here. The cool thing about these guys is they can do a lot of dry... Okay, if OBS isn't going to work or cooperate today, what do I have to do? I'm having problems on OBS. Any suggestions? Any suggestions about the problems I'm having with OBS would be much appreciated. Do I have to reset my internet before I go live every single day? Let's see here. All right. So with these guys here, I'm going to put sand on the bases, and I'm going to do a lot of dry brush work. That's what I like about these old sculpts. They do have a lot of character. He's going to stand up just fine. Ooh, 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 this guy's pretty cool. Hold on, sorry. We're doing one more, gentlemen. We're doing one more. This guy with, like, the plate armor, look at that. I don't think Warlord games prices are high compared to, like, what people are selling, to what, like, GW is charging. You know, it's all relative. The price of Warlord is all relative to inflation. Warlord has to that's why they went to epic scale. One, they need to make money. Two, they need to be profitable. Three, they need their own lines, and then they have to assess what they're going to make, because what people pay for them at the store is what they make. All right, so you always remember that somebody's buying those for half price off of Warlord, and that's literally what they make in sales. So it's like if I buy a box of guys for $23 and I'm a store, let me just do a little calculator work here. All right, so if I get a 45, and again, I'm going to be watching this OBS bullshit. So if I buy if let's say I'm a store and I buy 4 boxes of soldiers, Warlord is really only getting, let's times that by 4. They're really only getting $50.60 because I'm a store and I've got a 45% off discount on anything that I buy. So, I mean, that's not a lot. So, I mean, being in the miniatures game isn't a very profitable. I mean, it is for some, not for a lot of people. A lot of people in the miniatures game probably losing their ass right now. Probably, I mean, whereas like I'm all for consolidation. If I had bleep you amounts of money, and I would first buy out Reaper miniatures in Texas. I would then buy up Mantic, and then I would buy up Warlord. And then I would buy up Foundry. I would buy up all of those companies and bring their casts and their production and all of that work. I would take it out of the UK and I'd throw it in the States somewhere where I have a low tax rate, where I'm not, and then I'm actually getting a rebate in taxes to create work rather than and all of that production would come to the United States, and I would start recasting the figures from the Reaper sculptor perspective. And if they could do that, and everybody's always got to have a company and they want to pretend to be King Dick. If a couple of companies could consolidate, they'd have a better chance at survival. But look at how far down the rung Privateer has gone. Does anybody here on stream even remotely give Privateer Press any kind of thought whatsoever? And Hordes and War Machine blew up for a little bit. I always felt that the game was a passing fad. If they had left it the game of monstrous miniatures combat, so be it. But then they had to bring in things like infantry and war machines and giant war engines being ridden and everything like that. It was just, I have a band of monsters and one human-sized controller. Probably would have been a pretty good game, but now they say, oh, you can buy this miniature for $15. For $50, we will 3D print you a miniature, and any old miniature that you have, it's Legends now. You can't use it anymore. It's all Legends for their new rule set, So, there needs to be some consolidation. You're never going to get on the level of Games Workshop. You're never going to get on the level of Games Workshop unless you can consolidate some of the, fish out of the decent-sized fish into one big fish. And then again, there's only so big a market for World War II. There's only so big a market for Ancients, Napoleonics, and any kind of historical game. You know, because those games don't. And like, how fast did 30K die? After all those releases on boxes, how fast did 30K die? It died off very quick because there's no meta chase, and the models they want you to buy, they want $97 for a plastic Typhon. You know, I'm gonna buy a plastic Typhon. I'm gonna do at least one sizable commission project. Um, what's up, Horace Sons? Nice to see you. In 2010, PP. Oh, yeah, it was a huge alternative. It was a huge alternative to Games Workshop and 40K. But you don't hear him talk about it anymore because you know it's ran by your typical British, like, oh, look at me, I run a miniatures company guy, you know, and you know, they can't capitalize it, and they changed the game, and they had their own. They had what Games Workshop didn't have, which was their own copyrights. They were never able to get their own copyrights. But what we were just talking about 30K, and Horse Sons might be able to allude to this. They came out with all this 30K stuff. Everybody got excited. Everybody made their one-off purchases, and now the game's dead again, except for those who want to play Horus Heresy. The game is dead because there's no meta chase. It's a lot harder to be competitive in 30K than it is in 40K. It's not a plug-and-play system. It's a game where it's like where we were just talking earlier about how if the difference between me and a lot of my friends is they like rules that just happen, and I like rules that are still left up to chance. So there's a chance that I can blow up your what do you call it? Your tank in 30K in 2 shots. I got 2 shots to blow up. Let's say, you know, and I because I do D3 hull points or whatever. But you know, whereas it's like in what do you call it? You look to the damage table. Oh, look, I do 9 damage. You know, where it's like I didn't roll another 6 for my pin, and I did a glance. So you lose a whole point instead. You know. What confrontation did they have over there at Privateer? You know, they got off the ground. They made a lot of money. So did, what do you call it? The company that owns Flames of War. If Games Workshop didn't have their head up their ass at that time frame, if their head wasn't in their own ass, like I'm talking like a mile up their own ass, they could have made $5 million profit easily. Easily. That first month after Battlefront released Flames of War. You know, they originally went to Games Workshop to see if that they would cast the figures and do the World War II game, and Games Workshop's just like, no, we do our own miniatures, we're our own company, get the hell out of here, we don't want you. And it's like I don't know, if I had been like a board member or something like that, the people who made that decision would have been fired. I would have voted to get them fired, because you know, $5 million in the first month, that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. And Games Workshop is probably a company that struggles. They struggle to make that kind of money profit after they pay their bills. You know, there's a lot of bills at Games Workshop, a lot of lights, a lot of rents on the stores that don't need to be there. Like if I were to take over GW tomorrow, I'd be closing a lot of stores. Any stores that have like douchebag employees in there that don't really like commit to making lots of good terrain and commit to the experience. The ones that just phone it in and get paychecks, their stores are closing, they're gone. You know, how many of you guys have GW stores that you go to and the guy there is just a complete and total limp dick piece of crap? Go ahead, take all the time in the chat you need to tell me. I'm pretty sure it's damn near almost every single one of them. It's just a job. Ooh, this is a flawless model right here. This is a flawless one. He'll dry brush up really nicely. This guy's flawless. Not a lot of file work on him at all. Does anyone like that sound? That But look at this plate armor on this guy. There we go. There we go. Chat's rolling right along today. The ink's almost dry. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm doing something different besides my usual workload. I know I said I was going to do one thing. I barely started. Hell yeah. He's ready for a base. Oh, God, that I took a chunk out of that. Little too enthusiastic of a chunk out of that, but that's okay. I'm not a picky man. I'm not a... Oh, God. Even then, you still miss. It's a good thing I got it under these bright lights. And the cool thing about this is these guys are so old, I don't have to worry about resin, casting residue. They can just go right to primer. All right, 2 of them. Okay, I had to build that guy. He had this awesome plate armor. The guy in Layton does a good job, although I rarely go into GW's store. What Layton? That's interesting. If you're in my neck of the woods, let me know. Maybe we can get a game in. Or I'm probably so dumb, Care Bear, that I already know you, and I'm just being extremely dumb right now because there's only one Layton I know of. What's up, Samuel D? How big is my basement? Okay, so the room I'm in right now this is just my office. This was just a living room. I put in an additional wall and turned it into a bedroom that I was going to rent out, but every time I seem to get a renter, they don't want to go through with it. I mean, they're just like, no, I'll go, women are the worst when it comes to are you going to rent for me or are you not going to rent for me? I let them know that I'm going to be in this room a lot. It's like, and I'm like, this one girl, I'm like, bitch, how much time do you spend in your room? I mean, don't you ever go out? So there's that. And then, I've got this room, and then behind me I have the bathroom, and then behind me I have the garage. And then on this side I have the other room. It's not that big. It's, I want to say, it used to be one giant master room, but then I turned this room into an office to save a little bit of heat so I don't have to waste my heat on that side. Then all I have to do is heat the bathroom in the winter. All right. Okay, so we opened up there. We took a good long look there. Let's get back to the hoplites for a second because the first 2 phases for these things in getting them done is the wash. But I'm going to do something just a little bit different. Rather than use black wash, I'm going to water down some black ink. There's 5 drops of ink in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To 5 drops of water. And I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or a bad idea, but we'll find out. Oh, that's going to be thin, so that's actually probably pretty good. There we go. Oh yeah, that's going to work out just fine. A thin layer of black ink across the white. And then I was going to try the contrast white over this. You gotta do your mad scientist stuff every now and then and see if you can cut corners on these hoplites and everything. Because if I wanted to make some money painting and stuff like that, I would literally do commissions for phalangites and hoplites. But the problem is I'm really busy and they'd have to pay me just as much as I would get doing some gardening. And so, and I don't think people are willing to do that. And so that's where I was late today. But this actually looks like it'll work very well. Surprisingly well. Surprisingly well. I actually like where this is going. And then we'll open up a chariot. Who wants me to open up a chariot? Oh, okay. Well, anytime you want a game, buddy. We played back at Shiv before. I mean, I'm honored that you're watching. That's awesome. Not a lot of locals like me and my demeanor and stuff like that. I kind of gave up on local game stores after that whole um, what do you call it, debacle where everybody else wanted to be the Pathfinder. I'm like, if you want to be the Pathfinder so bad, you can be the Pathfinder. That's fine. That's fine. I'm done. I'm done. I am totally done. I'm just gonna play 40K with my buddies and bleep off into the sunset as I always do. But anyway, this is actually going to work out a lot better than painting it gray and then doing then washing it. I figured the ink would save me some steps, and it looks like it's going to save me this step in and of itself right here. So we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going with this. This is some mad science stuff right here. And I think that contrast white might actually do me some good. And you can see what that's doing to the it's adding the shade, and it's adding a layer that will actually make paint stick to the linen. And doing the linen and making the linen look right, the lino cuirass look right, is that's probably the hardest part of doing any kind of Macedonian or hoplite or ancient Greek model. And we don't want to use that's why I really heavily watered it down and tested it before I did this. But I'm going to pick out the borders, but I do want to see with one of these what the contrast is going to do. Let's get the other one done real quick. And again, the reason why I've kind of switched away from washes to inks is these inks down here. This basement's still pretty cold. I don't normally pay to heat my house that much because I'm cheap. These inks will dry a lot faster for stream and everything. So let's just keep going down. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Oh, I like where this is going. I'm getting all my shade now. And anything that I do, like with metallics or flesh or the red color I'm going to use on the trim of the lino cuirass, it will stick. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. This is going to be, hopefully, slightly easier. I'll look up at chat in just a second. Let's get these homeboys ready for the grill. Very Jason and the Argonauts with these guys. I like these guys a lot. They go for it. And I want to put out a special shout out to DM James for sending me these miniatures. He sent me a lot of stuff, so much that I've had the Ranger pick through it, and he's helping me sort through it. But these Macedonians I started to sort through myself. And when I'm done with these 40, I will have 40 Macedonians for sale. I'll let you guys know that now. There'll be a little chance for this channel to make a little extra money because I forgot what I'm saving for. saving for the channel. I forgot. I'll remember soon enough. But I do like the direction this is going. Lino cuirasses are annoying, though. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's pick up any excess. Ditch that in there. All right. Boom. Done. Now we can get to something fun for a second. A lot of things died when Priestley left. Again, though, GW has always had problems keeping talent. Gav Thorpe, there was that big debacle where he left to go to Blizzard, and I think Blizzard paid him a $3 million retainer. And he says, I'm not going to go back to not having rights to any of the things that I do. I'm getting no exclusive rights to any of the works that I'm doing. And the $14 an hour that you think is a good deal to pay me. And then he went to Blizzard and he worked for them for a while. And they paid him a $3 million retainer to do lore and stuff. You know, so there was that debacle. And then I really still think Matt Ward works there, but he's under an alias and an assumed name. I really think that with the Leagues of Votan, Matt Ward might have had his hand in on that. I'm not sure, but he's probably still drawing a check, but it's under a hush hush assumed name. Yeah, it's kind of sad that Kings of War died out in my area. The last time I played Kings of War was about this time last year when I went pig hunting in Tennessee. It's really big out there. In those, let me get a map up. I just once I see the states, I'll know what. Just let me get states. Let me get a map up here. Okay. Oh, just open for me. Piece of crap. I don't want to buy it. I love how everything you open on Google's an ad to buy things. So, yeah, they were talking about going to Missouri and then Kentucky, and then they were all going to fly down to what do you call it? Florida. They were all going to fly down to Florida for games. Not to mention Ohio and Indiana. But yeah, they were. But when you live out there, you know, crossing the state isn't that bad. Crossing the state lines isn't that bad. They're a lot closer together. You can go 500 miles and be in two different states pretty easily. Where it's like here, it takes 500 miles to traverse down. You know, just to get to Las Vegas or something. You know, so we got to open up one of these. We got to open up one of these. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me get my knife. I want to make another British guy cry. the proper knife, my box cutter. I actually, you know how I got this? This box cutter's from my first job when I worked as a stock boy at the grocery store. I've had this all these years. Oh no, it's not a collector's item anymore. You shucked it off the original the packaging. Oh no. Let's see, dude. This is ancient. Ancient. There's almost dust inside the package. Look at this coloring. Ah! Ooh, there's a Games Workshop chariot base in there. Oh, wow. Look at these dry brushable heads. In the lower jaw of this. Let's get these heads out and this chariot bit out. And see what hunks of pewter besides the riders we're going to be working with. Let's see if that sits flat. Looks like it's a little warped. Ugh. I mean, we have to take a look inside. Look at that platform there. All right. I got a good one right here. Look at that. One. Is that it? Two. Very lucky. Minimal filing right there. That fits like a glove. And look at this piece right here. That was a flawless piece. You don't see them like that. Usually you're forever and a day cutting this stuff off. Yeah, look at that. I think we only got one little cut we got to make here on this. We might be able to partially assemble a chariot while those guys dry. Wow, this piece is flawless. No flashing. Let's take a look at the other piece. Here we go. Let's count it. 1, 2, and you got the rudimentary instructions. That's hilarious. One thing I do hate build. I mean, I can do it. I can build my own miniatures, but you know, I just like me. I hate building. I want everything ready to paint. But with these chariots, they are going to have to be component painted just a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. Boom. This is a pretty flawless head, too. I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of flashing or file work that I got to do on that. You know, nothing beats a good chunk of pewter. Just give me a good chunk of pewter any day of the week and I'm happy. Any day of the week. And I am just happy. I'm a happy HD right now. Just boom. Not a lot of work to do. I'm not seeing any other disgusting casting problems. I even brought down my files, which people never see. Another flawless piece. Double check this up again. This thing's going to need a little bit of a file. Where's my round? What the hell? I love how they're all stuck in there somehow. There it is. Okay, so that one goes back upstairs. That one goes back upstairs. That one's not really going to work for what I need it to do. Yeah. Awesome. Frickin' awesome. And it's got 2 notches there. Let's see how these guys go in real quick. According to the instructions, we're going to be putting one up front and the other one's going to be riding on... Ooh, they are bold. Look at this. He's going to be riding on that. But I understand why they did it that way. So that way you have 2 points of where it got glued. And then this old homeboy is going to be standing in the back. So you got the front hole. One guy will go in the front hole right here. All right, let's partially assemble this. This will be fun. Oh, let's get this ready though. Oh yeah, look, this is an ingenious way they built this. You don't even need to pin it. Look at all that. You got all this whole surface that you can just glue on, you know? This whole surface that you can just glue on right here. I haven't seen one of these kits in forever, but God, I just love the way that they sculpted the wood and everything. Now everyone's like, oh, 3D print it, you know? But like the love that went into making these older pewter models, you know, I was looking through the General's Compendium the other day. If anybody remembers the General's Compendium, that was a 6th edition book, that campaign book. You know, back in those days, you know, the late 90s, JW made magic. You know, just in the terrain department, the creative department, you know, the creative department. What's up, Wraith? They just made magic together. You know, I mean, they had some mad scientists working there in the art department. And that fits like a glove right there. So that'll be the first thing that I do. I'll put a little bit of a funny glue right here. Just a little bit. You only got to touch it, and then we'll put some super glue right there in that. And that just fits, but there's a lot of character to these miniatures that just, boom, go in. That is sweet. That is sweet. Put that there for a second. Don't need that no more. And according to the instructions, this goes here. I'll take this out. A little bit of that. Hell yeah. Let's do the same thing. I don't know if I want to add that other side until, I don't know if I want to add this other side. Let's take a look at these guys in here. I'm just going to build the whole chariot. I'm supposed to be painting. But it's good to break things up a little bit. It's good to break things up. I should build one of those old Cold One chariots. Those old Cold One chariots. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've never actually. I mean, the plastic ones were a huge improvement. I can only imagine what those old, because I remember the what do you call it? God, what was the? I'm drawing a blank. I remember some of the stuff in the Dark Elf line was not fun. It was not fun. Looked cool, but it was not fun. So this old boy's gonna stand here like that with his head and his axe. Look at this. He's got, what is that? He's got a wood elf head. Hell yeah. He's gonna stand here like that, and I think I want to glue. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a quick look-see. So if he's going to stand like that, that's going to stand just like that. Okay, so I can offset him. Terrific, terrific, terrific. So we can go ahead and put this on, because when you initially do this, it's going to be all about the big dry brush. What's up? Yeah, I bought a loot crate, and it had all this Beastmen stuff in it. 2 chariots and 2 units of Beastigors. 10 strong. Yeah, I bought a loot crate. I went back. I spent my money on some stupid shit. But my friend's going to do wood elves, and I believe him. So oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's get this little guy out real quick. This sculpt right here is really good. This, uh-oh, does he not have a spear? Oh, he does have a spear. This sculpt right here with this guy with the whip. Gosh, that's a good sculpt. That is a good sculpt. And then we're just going to kind of whittle around his thing here. Using my razor blade. Let's put the box cutter away. The right tool for the right job. I don't want to end up like Bob Vila in front of that saw that one day. I'm thirsty. Excuse me. Am I planning to paint 100 miniatures in a month? No. In order for me to do that, I would not be doing any YouTube stuff whatsoever. I would not even be streaming. I would not be working side jobs right now like I did this morning. I would literally be down here probably in whatever I wore to bed last night, still painting, and then like probably in about another 30 minutes, I'd be like, I'm so hungry. And I would literally be dying of hunger. And I would be eating dry ramen right now, trying to tide myself over just to get some eggs cooked or something. Literally, when I go into like artistic mode or something like that, where I do binges like that, it's all day. It's all day. I would need at least I did 160 Greeks in 5 weeks, and I wasn't working. I would need to be unemployed. But you know, like that. But that's a good topic that you bring up there, because what did people who didn't have to work during lockdown do? They collectively gained 30 pounds and did nothing but sit on their asses and watch Tiger King. They would sit on their asses and watch Tiger King. Let's get the file. Where's the good file? This file. I want to get his foot ready. I just want to see what he looks like. This is one of those miniatures that you have to kind of plan ahead on how you're going to paint it up. The cool thing about these guys, OBS, at least OBS lasted 45 minutes before I cut out again. Getting real sick and tired of that. I might have to switch to StreamYards. God damn, this is a jagged leg. All right, that's better. I just want to take a look at this and see what that does. So I'm going to glue it there and glue it there. Okay, I'm going to take part of this off. Make sure that doesn't hit me in the eye. Part of that's going to come off. And he's going to stand there like that. We're going to take a little bit more of that off. Does anyone like that sound? It's like the chalkboard. Let's take a look now. You really want that to fit in there. Okay. And then when you glue them to the top part right there, I think this is the one guy that we're going to have to glue on before the other guy goes in. I think this one guy gets painted with the chariot. This one guy gets painted with the chariot. All right. He's ready. We're not going to touch him. We are going to take a look at these yokes, and let's at least get the chariot wheels on. So let's take a look at the yokes. How do the yokes go? Does the yoke just go over there like that? Look at that. No, the yokes go underneath, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Oh, flawless. Very flawless right there. You know what else is flawless? This sculpt right here. There's no flashing on it whatsoever. That is awesome. That is awesome. It's almost like these things were waiting on a shelf for me. And what was the date of publication on these? (2003). All right. The copyright date on this reads 2003. Games Workshop's limited 2000 to 2003. So they've just been sitting there in this box waiting for me to come and buy them for about 20 years. Let's see if it's two. We'll just say that these came out. They're 23-year-old models. They're 23-year-old models. And they've been waiting for me to scoop them up 20 years later. 20 years later, HD makes a good buy and scoops them up. But the army itself is, I can tell you how the army is going to be. It's going to be, what do you call it? It's going to be a Zinch army. I'm going to run and then the, what do you call it? The Minotaurs are going to be marked with corn. So I'll be running about, if I were to play the 7th edition, I would be running about 14 Dispel dice in this army. And they're like, there will be no magic. And then I have about 13 power dice that I'll be using. I'd be like, flickering fire again. I'm going to class flickering fire. Flickering fire? Oh, it's your magic phase now. Well, and this is the first army I ever got called out for. They're like, okay, HD, how many Dispel dice do you need to be a dick? And I couldn't really correctly answer that question, you know? Gotta add the wheels. We gotta add the wheels. I'm probably going to get crucified analytically because I wasn't on task with my Macedonians today, but I feel like a kid in the candy store. We're going to do both wheels at once because you might not get them level. I have a different chariot base that's actually flat. Yeah. This one's flat as a board. Well, that one's flat, just not flat enough like I would like it to be. And then let's get a little bit in there. Boop, boop. All right, all right. Both at once, both at once. Well, is that going to do it all? What do we got? What are we working here? That isn't going to work at all. Pull out, pull out, pull out. It's kind of interesting how you have to do this old stuff. So I got to clip a little bit off of the... just a little bit off of here. We'll start that. Let's heavy duty. Heavy duty. We're just going to clip a little bit off because I want these to fit directly on because these holes are wallowed out. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. Not much. All right, I got it. I got to turn it away. I don't have my safety glasses. All right, all right. Not too much, but we did it. That will stay. What I am going to do is I am going to file this end of it here very heavily. Because I did cut just a little bit too much off. I thought I cut less off, but that's okay. I'll file it, and I'll make it fit. And I'll waller out the hole on this side. Yeah, so we'll waller that out. And that won't be hard. We'll get our knife and go... And then we'll move back to the next color on these Macedonians. The Macedonians that I'm supposed to be doing. Well, that's a good number. 12 guys a week is a good number. You can't go wrong with 12 guys a week. You you I should watch some Ben-Hur. You can't go wrong with 12 guys a week. 12 guys a week is an army, and not a lot of time. Let's see here. What is that? Let me do the math on that real quick with my phone. What is that? Your average fantasy army, we'll just say 80 guys. So in 6.5 weeks, that's a painted army. Can't go wrong with 12 a week. All right. Yeah, because they weren't going to quite fit on the chariot base. All right. Let's try this again with this glue. And we probably don't want to use the accelerant. Gotta move quickly. How are we doing on time? How long have we been on? This is the annoying part. I took all that off so that they would properly fit right here, and we're gonna have to do that. There we go. At least they're gonna be. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the plastic tires are going to glue directly to the plastic. What do you call it? They're going to glue directly to the plastic base. Otherwise, your chariot's going to come off. So it looks like, yeah, I got just enough room. Just enough room. And we can glue this last little piece on here. It might be more prudent to have the pigs partially assembled for that. Nah, it'll fit like a glove. It'll fit like a glove. How did I know? Like a glove. Straight up and down. If I have to, I can break it again. But there you go. There's a chariot right there, already kind of shaping up, and I'm probably not going to cut into this base at all and put the pigs in there that way manually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the pigs up underneath, and because fuck it, let's get a pig right now. I can't make up me and my autism can't make up our minds. This 1993. You know what I say when I hear 1993? I sit there and I go, 1993. Good times. Good times. You had some good things come out in 1993. That's the year of Army of Darkness. The year after the Terminator. You go into the mall on the weekend, playing Ninja Turtles on the arcade. Street Fighter 2. Good times. Good times. Get a pig. Put this big old pig head on there. Oh, that fits flawlessly. Look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. Can anybody tell me that is not awesome? I don't know why. Wow. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood today. Hell yeah. Let's get this curly tail here. Look at its nose. All right. Shove its tail up its butt. But what I am going to do is let's fit these here. as we grow together here. Bam. Cut that. Cut that. Get rid of all that easy build shit. And don't worry about the what do you call it? That all the crap that those square things leave behind. Don't worry about that. So the whole premise is it's going to come down. And what can I tell you? Heaven and earth, ladies and gentlemen. Heaven and earth. That just fits right there. You really have to, but it's kind of funny how you have to plan ahead. You can't just stick it together. Boom, that'll fit. Perfect. And then let's get the other pig and just make sure that that's going to fit. $1993. So these came out in 93, and it's 2023 now. These are 20 years old. It's like I've opened up a time capsule. 20 years old. These things are just waiting for me. What is a gendame? What is a gendame? Is that a crossbowman? Elaborate, please. All right, let's do this. A little too enthusiastic with the glue there, HD. All right. Not really assembling this on. I've never assembled anything on camera. I would need to practice this before I... There we go. There we go. Nice and neat. All right, Renaissance Heavy. I get you. I know exactly what they are. Now I know what you're talking about. just Heavy Knights. Gotcha. Thank you, sir. We had fun doing different things today. We will be getting back to our regularly scheduled program in just a second, though. I never assemble down here. It makes things too messy and dusty. More clipper work. How am I doing so far on this project? I'm compelled. And that's, so one thing that happens to me when I take on a project is, this project is very, very compelling to me. And when I'm compelled, I will work feverishly on the project. This is like my autism flaring up, and I'm like, yep, I got to do this. Cop paint Beastmen all day. About to spend $600. Yes, sir. I'm getting a little loud there for the mic, but I'm just there's so few times where I'm just actually excited to do something, and right now I am extremely excited. Because I wouldn't be surprised if I post on Instagram tomorrow that I've already painted this chariot. All right, so we do that. Come on. All right, so we're going to move this out, and we're going to move this to the side over here. All right, so, and then we're going to get a nice little piece of plastic card, I think, and we're going to have to slide it underneath the other pig so that he's a little bit taller. Actually, I won't use any plastic card at all. I can cheat. I can cheat. You're actually going to learn a trade secret right here. I'm sure foil is a really good thing to use from time to time on stuff like this. So I can actually put down a little bit of foil and create like a base for this other pig. To give him a little bit of height. And then when I super glue over it, nobody's going to be the wiser. I just kind of super glue it to the ground there. Ooh, almost. He'll need a second piece. You see, because you notice he's not being touched at all. Are you kidding me? Come here. Fold it. We'll fold it this way. And then we'll put it inside the other one. Yeah, just go with the flow on this. All right. See if that gives them enough height. Bada bing, bada boom. Is he being touched? Just about. Oh man, can you believe it? I got something. Hold on. This is really starting to work on my last nerve. Supposed to be painting. What the hell? Easy does it. Starting to shake. Nope, that's no good. Came close. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. I get it. I get it. I figured it out. After all this time of dicking around with this thing, I get it. All right, we're going to have to be bold with this here. We are going to use a little bit of glue. Just a little bit of glue on each leg. So if we do bleep up, we're only out the pigs. Just a little bit of glue. Nothing special. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to put each one right at about here, neck and neck. I have to hurry up and do that quickly. Of course. All right. Handled the call from my mother. And I think with that, we got it. We got it. Just about. What we'll do here is we'll move. Got it. All right. Any objections? What do we do here? Well, I think we get the pigs on. Let's look at this other head. Look at this. Ooh, look at how flawless that fits together. And there's not, I got lucky with this one. There's not a lot of flashing to cut off of this at all. I hate it. This is just how I am, personality-wise. I'm 100% compelled towards this chariot now. I think I'm going to cancel the Macedonians for now. I'm just going to work this the rest of the goddamn night. This chariot will get done. Both guns blazing. Rapid fire. Flickering fire. There we go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What do we got on this? This. Remember when they said that these kits were hard? I mean, that was easy build right there. Even my dumbass can do it. Look at this. Oh, just a little bit of file work. I'm owning this shit. Little too much. Little too much. What do we got here? And 10. Done. Where's this guy's lower jaw? That's what I'd like to know. And then we're missing the lower jaw of this guy. We cut out one piggy tail. We've got these guys and their axe. Did I already lose a piece to this chariot? Yes. Yes, I lost a piece. That's great. If anybody sees it, does anybody in chat see the extra piece? Failcast, don't get me started on that. Those were the worst models ever created. A couple of them were good, but the fact that this is like Games Workshop, they couldn't create decent quality. I mean, Finecast should have been right at the quality of Reaper Bones immediately. Reaper Bones, some of the best figures ever created, and that's the quality they should have been at immediately. Well, this pisses me off. I'm missing the jawbone to that other piece there. Freaking Macedonians. Oh, I know what to do. We'll just do one head. Could have sworn I saw it when it came out, that extra jawbone. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hell yeah. Oh, we're running out of battery. How long have we been on? That's what it's not telling me anymore. Oh, we've been going for an hour 36? Wow, man. Time flies when you're having fun. I'll tell you that much. I've been having fun this whole stream. Now, this is where it gets ugly. This part of the model's really ugly here. Oh, I can't even... With this guy. Wrong file. You always want to file the very tips of all of these points so that the paint doesn't chip off of them. Just make them dull. I should change the name of this video to HD's Big Lie. Yeah, we're going to paint some Macedonians. We're going to paint some dwarfs. Holy Diver opened up a loot crate and that was it. He got compelled to do a project. How's that going to fit in there? Oh my God, like a glove. Like a glove, ladies and gentlemen. And it went in there like a glove. Needs a little more glue. Needs just a little bit more glue. There's going to be a gap, but I'm not really concerned about it. Because I'm going to do this. Ah! Nope. Not really connecting. Jesus. Okay. All right. All right. I know what to do. There we go. Behold. And it's stuck. It's amazing how fast. I remember, when I first got into the hobby, I would have been in junior high, and I know I've been serious this whole time. I'm sorry. I'm in full autistic mode right now. ADD is kicked in. It's taken over. There's nothing I can do. Oh no. I've been taken over by the ADDs. Please give me a government check, Mr. Anglo-Saxon taxpayer. Will they even fit together, or am I going to have to do another head? Come on, baby. Oh, you little whore. Gotcha. Come here. There we go. I got one little gap right there, but you're not going to see it. You're not going to see that gap down there after it's painted. But they are touching. Is it okay for the horns to touch? I don't think it's okay for the horns to touch. Maybe I can bend the horn away a little bit. And disentangle it. No, the horns are touching. Dang it. The horns are touching. Oh yeah, Dragonlance Miniatures, Lord Soth's Charge. That kit's worth a lot of money. I actually wish I could get Lord Soth's Charge. I know exactly what you're talking about. That kit is the shit, dude. I think it's okay that the horns are touching. Does anybody else have a problem that the horns are touching? I didn't think so. ADD edition. That's what we'll call this stream. All right, all right. Fucking, where did it go? There it is. Freaking, I had to build at least one of these chariots. Oh, God. Extra long stream today. All kinds of problems. I'm still probably going to run into problems here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Switch it to the right hand. Shove that up his butt there. Uh-oh. It's not going to fit. Reap! Reap! There. They got their piggy tails. There we go. Boom! And it's fitting like a glove. I actually have some points of contact. So before I do anything, well, I'm not going to do this on camera. I'm going to switch back to phalangites, but this is the chariot, and that's what it's going to look like. I don't need to use foil or plastic on it, and now that I have an idea and a metric to go on, the beast is out of the system. It's out of the system, everybody. It's out of the system. How we doing? We got battery. We got some time, and I could do one more pathetic step on these poor neglected phalangites. You can see where my priorities are. No, I haven't seen a gap like that in a very long time, but you won't even see it because of where the yoke is. So, I mean, what you can't see, you don't have to paint, and what you can't see, your opponent can't see. Thank you, OBS. I haven't seen a gap in a long time, but with this, look at where the yoke is. You're not going to see the gap, right? It's like right in there. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see it in a million years. And so what you can't see, your opponent can't see. All right. Those three go back upstairs. This knife goes back upstairs. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave this one down here, and this one's going up. This way sharper one's going up. This stuff can stay down here. This, I'm done with this. Let's get it over here. I'm not going to bleep with the chariot anymore. Done. We're going to put that upstairs as well. I'm done. We're going to get back to the task at hand. I'm going to show you something really cool now. Now that this is all kind of done, let's take just a little bit of red. Is this Evil Sons? Yep. With a little bit of red. And there's two things that can happen. Go 1, 2. All right. We're going to paint the trim real fast on one of these guys. And I might actually have to get out a detail brush to do this, but we'll do his sleeve up real quick. Boom. And you barely have to touch it to get the red to stick. We'll go a little bit longer today than we do normally because I've got a full other battery ready to go. And I didn't think I would get I didn't think I'd get ADD so bad that I couldn't function. I didn't think I'd get ADD that bad. I apologize. Now everybody knows what the true reason HD is a war gamer. He's got ADD. It's a disability. But that was an adventure. We went on it together, didn't we? Now I'm back doing what I'm supposed to do, getting phalangites ready. No, I'm going to be forever and a day painting torsos for these guys. They're going to be kind of the side project that I do. I'm hoping to get at least 6 done a week. I won't have the miniatures done, but by April, I will damn sure have the torsos done. And you can just see like how little paint it takes to cover all of that tan. All right, and so inks are kind of the way to go for these guys. Let's continue with the trim for one of these, and then we'll put the white on, because I have a feeling that the white's going to go on these guys, and they're going to look just as good. So he's got his knots there. We'll just do that. Boom. A bit of trim, a little bit of red, and a little bit of trim. And I don't have to worry about over here because it will be covered by a shield. You paint this one piece of trim right here. Okay. We continue down. And it's just a little bit of scarlet mixed with a little bit of ink on this. Still got a little battery bar. All right. I call it the unprepared wargamer stream. Because I didn't even talk about dwarves. I got that Beastmen loot crate opened and I was like, I'm spurging out. What do I do? And you can just see how easily all that sticks. And underneath here, I always just paint it all the way red. As you can see, I just paint it all the way red. We're going to get off of that tangent for a second, and we're going to go straight into the white. Let me really clean this brush off, because I don't want to make pink. And I have a feeling, a sneaking suspicion, that all I will need is skull white. All right, the battery's dying. Hold on. All right, with that said, I have to break the seal on that, so I'll be right back. And if I wasn't streaming, it would have been the piss jar. All right, I am back. Sorry for the delay. I have a feeling it'll be the skull white. Is my Windex down here? Oh, yes. There we go. Too much stuff. And the reason why we're going to do the skull white first is because I want to get the trim done so that I can add in the leather. But you can see, oh, look at that. And then when you wash this, it'll get rid of any excess. But you see how easily that skull white sticks to the lino cuirass? and then you're basically already shaded. It's kind of like a one touch and done. And I'll leave the stream open for another 10 minutes, at least long enough for me to finish this lino cuirass and do the leather, so that you kind of have a metric on how to get these guys done. I found through painting so many of these guys that the best number for me is literally 3 at a time. And I will show you what I wash these guys with next week on stream and everything. We're just going to go in there and touch, 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 touch. These little scales down here, we're just going to touch them. Each row by row, we're just going to touch. All right, touch, 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 down, down, down. All right, but you can see what that does. And some places you have to layer it up a little bit. So we will. And you don't really have to worry about in here because there will be a shield right there. But over here, we're going to do the first part of the shoulder pads. And this is the hardest part of the miniature right here, just this in-between little strip. Let's touch them right here and get rid of some of that excess. All right. All right. And we can see where we missed the trim. Awesome. Frickin' awesome. One little itty bitty layer of white was all it took. How's that look, gentlemen in the audience? I mean, this is not a lot of effort. This is not a lot of time investment on these guys. And you can just sort of, again, you can just sort of layer it up where it doesn't look white enough. You want to use a thin white, but just where it doesn't look white enough, because you are going to wash it, because you got to add a little bit of dirt. Nothing would be exactly clean. And I am going to wash it with... this is where I actually bring out a different tone wash, and I can't find my tone washes right now. That's hilarious. They should be somewhere close to me, but they're not here. Oh, there they are. That's where I'm going to bring out the soft tone, and it's 3 drops of tone with 1 drop of water, and that should cover 1 entire phalangite. The weapons, they're going to get washed differently. They're going to get washed differently, and you will see all the steps. The heads are going to get done differently. Every step you're going to see. I will do a different step each week during this phalangite series. And this is a good chance for me to see where I missed on the cuirass here. But we're going to hurry up and finish this one guy that I've been working on. The one guy that I've been picking on here. All right. He needs just a little bit more white, and then we're going to get out some flesh color. And we're going to do his leather. We're going to be here just long enough for the flesh and the leather. So let's do dwarf flesh on these guys. Normally I do, what do you call it? Rosy skin. I think I will. I think I'll just do rosy skin. Let's see how that looks. It's like a shake weight. I'm not getting in there. There we go. No, of course not. Why would it? Where's the poker? There it is. There's the gouger. I have a feeling that I'll only need one little layer of this, And then we'll switch to snake bite. So you're going to take the neck here. And then we're going to go around the flesh real quick, the fleshy bits, and you can just see just how well and how good that, I mean, it's basically a highlight on the ink. And how well that does on the fleshy bits for these guys. Let's do this guy's arm. Again, you don't really have to worry about it too much. The front part of this gets a shield, so we're just going to kind of go underneath. And we're going to stop it right about there because that's where my shield's going. Right there, where I just took that goober off the model because I have a dirty box that I'm priming on. In there just a little bit. Boom. Some toesy-woesy action. It's only one layer. And then, but yeah, the way, doing it this way is a very minimal effort way. And, you know, you always want to be evolving the way you do things. I mean, this will probably be, I want to say I'm easily numbering close to the 300s in terms of like armored Greek warriors that I've done. I'm numbering close to the 500 number. If the current standing army is mostly hoplites and phalangites, what is that? Let me do. There's always room to evolve the way you do things. So hold on here. It's 144. So that's 264 guys in linen armor just on foot alone. And we'll just add 40 to that. So yeah, I'm approaching the 300 range for guys in lino cuirasses that I've painted over the years here. And I was interested, once I started inking things again, to see what it would do. And I am not disappointed with this mixture one bit. One thing that's going to make it look more complete before we get out of here for the day is of course the leather around there, and then we're going to finish. We're going to re-highlight any leather trim. All right, so let's hurry up and get the leather, and the leather will stick very well because we washed it with the black. And if somebody can kindly leave a timestamp from where I stopped spurging out on the Beastman chariot, you know, for other people like, oh, Holy Diver actually starts painting. Okay. This will make it look a lot more complete. It won't be complete until I wash it, but it'll look a lot more done. There we go. We'll just make that leather. Do the leather for this hilt. And you can see the color it just sticks to this stuff. The leather, the flesh, the red, it just sticks to that ink. You know, I'll even try my hand at gold on it in a second here. Let's do the sandals while we got this stuff out. So here we are on the sandals. This guy's got a different sandal on this side of the foot here, but you see what that leather does? It just, like a fly to shit, man. And that's how you want everything to go once you're done. I mean, washing the part and keeping it clean is the hard part. What I'm doing is just basically, I've cheated. I've cheated my ass off on this miniature. And I don't think I've been working on them for that long. I've probably been working on them for about 15, 20 minutes. You know, so what are we at? About an hour for three of these guys, which is pretty, you know, you sit down for an hour a night, all 27 of them are going to get done. All right, I'll take that any day of the week. Then I can start heads and stuff. Weapons. They're arm components. All right, so he's kind of approached the point of done here. Let's see what that gold does to him. Now for gold on hoplites, if you've followed me in the past, I've always done retributor. And we're going to do that to the tassels down here, the gold. Freaking awesome. I'm going to paint it in here slightly anyway because I have to be able to see it. I'm going to have to look at it without the shield for a very long time. So let's get underneath there on the handle. I'll just do the whole handle in gold. There's no reason to do the handle in leather. Just the whole handle in gold. The rest of the scabbard in gold. And I know I kind of make this look easy, but again, this is, after I get this batch of 40 done, that'll be 304 Greek warriors on foot that I've done. And this is very, very recently, but you always want to look to evolve your style. You always want to look to evolve your style. If you can find a way to streamline your business, that's a good thing. And we are kind of looking for clean lines. We're going to trade brushes for something bigger to do the greaves. And let's just watch. With a couple strokes, those greaves are basically halfway done. The gold just sticks right to that ink that you put down there, right to that flesh wash. The flesh stuck to it as well. Make a nice clean line up top, nice clean line down at the bottom, and at the end here. The only thing I regret is that you guys won't be able to watch me wash these, but I will make sure that you will see me do that in the next stream. Just so you know the mixture, in case you're trying to copy me at home, and that way you have to keep watching my sorry ass too. All right, so we got our first torso completely done, as you can see there. I'm not really seeing any parts where the red needs to be touched up. At this point, I would just wash him, and I think that's what I'll do. This way you'll just have the miniature done. Because I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be forever and a day on this. And let's just take a double check here on the red trim. There's one area, one point, one little speck of red. Touch up is always hard. So underneath there, we are going to paint that because it should just have some paint on it. It's a nice leather strap. All right. Let's give this color here a really good shake. And this is the soft tone ink wash. In full view, you're going to get 1, 2, 3. You want a rather sizable drop of water right there. We're going to use a brush we haven't used for a second, so there's no gold or anything on it. This one's complete. Always, when you start this wash, you always want to do a complete. What do you call it? You always want to do it with a dry brush. All right. What we're going to do here is we're going to wash over the flesh a little bit. We're going to wash, and this will just get into the cracks again, and kind of bring out your linen cuirass, and you can go by with a little bit of what do you call it? With a little bit of flesh and a little bit of white again. But it's a very, very, very thin wash that goes over these guys. And you can kind of see what that does to the linen. I like it because it dirties it up a little bit. And it makes the gold and that black lines everywhere. It just kind of just darkens the model a little bit. And you put a little bit right in there because nobody's going to see it behind the shield. And there you go. We have a complete, total first phase done. This is what it will look like when it's done. I might add a little bit of white, but I don't need to do that right now. I might add a little bit of white right there, but I kind of like the... I want a little bit of grunge on these guys. They would have been marching in the desert. Everything would have been covered in sand kind of look. So it's just a little bit of grunge kind of feel to them. And there we go. I hope that helps you just a little bit. Get your what do you call it? Hoplites, your hoplites or your Greek project done. Let's do one final thing and I'll look up at chat and we'll all say goodbye. A little bit of the cool thing about inks is they don't reactivate. So I got one line here. I'm just going to make real quick. All right. There we go. And that is that. That is that. The head's going to go on, so you're not really worried about it. But like I said, we'll be doing some more torsos next week because I'm going to be forever and a day on these. And let's just take a look at chat. What's up, Nice Games? Glad you came in here at the end. It's a 2 hour and 10-minute live stream. Freaking crazy. No, I've already mustered the army. I'm going to replace 40 phalangites, and those are the oldest ones that I have to make them look more like the other 104, to make them look like the other ones, the newer ones. So those first phalangites were in Generation 1. Generation 2 came about when I did my Greek army. This is Generation 3. So Generation 3 will look a lot more like Generation 2. And that's why I'm doing this. So that's basically it, the entire stream. We've come to the end. Let me go back into stream for a sec, OBS here for a second. All right, special thanks is going out to all the patrons: John K, Andrew C, Lady Quickblood 35, Moonbad, Babas Daizogulu, Craig B, Jimmy M, Drac Wizza, James C, Soulblighter, Macy J, and then Tipsy Thomas, James B, Wollock, and Jason G, Tippers, Christian M, the King of Salt, Orange Veteran, and Sean. Special thanks to all those guys. And as you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, or subscribe. But until I see you gentlemen again, thank you for watching. Thanks for bearing with me during my ADHD-fueled chariot endeavor. And stay metal, my friends. Much love. See you later.